Hey everybody, we're here to do a homework session with George. We'll be looking at his moves, what the simple clear answer should be, and what he's thinking. I'll do my best. I'm a bit off this morning, but hopefully it won't show too much. We're looking at the white stones. Uh, we know the empty corner is bigger, but this is by no means too small. Interesting black move. Well worth talking about. Okay, let's look first at what white can do here. There's a pounce, and this bothers black. Okay, now let's look here. There's a pounce that black can do. This is one of the benefits of this move. To stretch it out, the pounce is really losing. Black's getting thin here. Now with black's actual move, pouncing on white is really not a happening thing. So defense becomes less important. Is it okay to defend? Sure. Is it slow? Maybe in some theoretical way. Let's see what George did. Yeah, certainly makes sense. It's just less inclination, giving white the ability to play a faster move. Yeah, I would call that a mistake by black. Oh, I haven't read the comments. And you're playing a human. Uh-huh. 4, he said this is a change move, right? And that's the term where instead of the biggest move, you play a move that's big enough. Right, good definition of change. Then on 9, marked move,
On
A,
7. So back to,
7,
yeah.
7. 2 versus 1 around A, 1 versus 1 bottom left. Good. Can I help A while helping B, hurting C? See what you did? Seems, yeah, I think this is what I would play. Um, George went through the list, which is a great way to get your mind on straight and produce a good move. So what we've done is the A stone is simply not going to get out of control here. And the attack on the B group, there just simply isn't going to be one. And the AC, it's equal. So yeah, everything's great here. And you're the one who got the extra move at D. So he kicks, you stand up, yeah. And now, wow, look, when he kicks and you stand, that thin move he made, there it is.
Mm.
That's a problem. So white's clearly ahead here. Okay. 9, marked move might be an option, might be, if you needed it. Uh-huh. 11. Black played away from A, so no need to defend A. Good. Now, he's more prepared to deal with A, but so that has some meaning, but not a lot. Black also didn't go all the way to B, right? So Black's move doesn't bother C, doesn't do much with A. So Black's playing funky moves. Okay. But C is behind enemy lines, and jumping puts Black behind enemy lines. This is true. So I'm going to remove these marks just so I can make some marks. If we draw a line between A and B, yes, White's behind enemy lines. Now let's do that again and say if we go from A to B, then black on the bottom is behind enemy lines. As true as that is, it doesn't mean a lot. You see what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah.
So between C and B, D's behind enemy lines. So we need some meaning for this to be the case. And when I look at the AB, yeah, white's behind enemy lines, but I mean, give me a break. There's absolutely no way to surround white, especially since black's so thin around A. It's simply, I'm not seeing the anything pressing here whatsoever.
Sure.
Okay. So even though it's true and it does have some significance, I think jumping out to M5 is just a little slow.
So I see we
You
have
didn't.
two clear options for help. Um, I'm not sure if I see a third for white here. So there are two jumps to the center,
Right.
and then I guess perhaps bothering B might be,
And that's what you did with D.
yeah.
Now I like that. Let's restate that. So as white, you know, I'm not exactly alive and I am sort of behind enemy lines. I'm finding some cause for concern here. I know it's not great concern, but there's definitely concern there. I would like to do something if I can. Well, if I do make his B group weaker, then that's going to help me. So boom, if it goes, oh, and he ignores. Let's assume he doesn't ignore. Fourth line for sure. And now we have equity on the bottom. But it's in white's favor because white's position is more solid, black's position is quite thin. So we've clearly helped our group from a distance. Yeah. And done great work in the corner. So I think you nailed it.
Okay. And I was thinking, I mean, it felt fine actually, but when kicking, thinking that when black stands up, in a way, perhaps it might ever so slightly hurt my group on the bottom, or is that simply not true? I guess not.
Right. So for instance, if you came in,
Mm,
okay, that I feel on the bottom a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah. But this one, that's a little ways away. I
Mm,
mean, heck, did that really bother your group? Well, in a literal sense, yes. But in a practical way, pretty hard to feel.
yeah.
Okay, so I think you did great here. Now he steps off the reservation, was like, really? So you're gonna hit it, right? Yeah, hit that sucker. And now, I mean, this is like game over times two. He's got the bad gap, which is going to come into play unless you just ignore it and don't punish later. Then we ask, what's the A stone doing? Not attacking white. As a matter of fact, that black A is near a very strong white entity. And what about those black B stones? I mean, everything favors white on this board. Yeah. 16. Bad shape A is better. And George is pointing out that this is kind of like he's going to connect one way or another. Yeah. So here, if we think about what's going on, his A stone has three options for health. That's not really something we're too concerned about right now, which I didn't see you as concerned about. We agree about A?
Um, that we're not concerned about A. I mean, I see.
Attacking A.
Yes, A is healthy. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's more that
Yeah,
I felt undercut.
right. So we can certainly pressure A for a profit, but as far as attacking A, no, it's fine.
Mm,
Next, area one. We're not concerned. It's by no means the big area.
mm.
Okay. So our purpose here is to help the B group. That's what you did, right? Or am I missing it?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay. If that's not the case, then heck, let's go take a corner or something, right? But our group. Okay, so we're defending our group. That's our purpose now. We're in agreement?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. As we defend, now I'm going through the list. Can we help white? I'm going to say no. Can we hurt black? Not A, but the bottom? Yeah. As a matter of fact, there's a double sente move there. You going to respond to that? Of course. Did black just help himself? Yeah. So let's remove our weakness. Is he going to let us play again? I don't think so. That would hurt dramatically. You with me on that?
Yeah.
I mean, this is pain. Okay. So double sente, and we'll just play through it. Then what? Well, how do we feel about the surround? Let's peep first so we can see it. Ah, I don't like that one bit. So surround, out, out. Actually, peeping first might look good here. A little bit of help. I don't think we're dying on the bottom whatsoever. But holy cow, on the left, we are doing amazing things.
Mm.
Now, I'm not convinced this is the right flow, but it does all seem positive since white is strong on the bottom and can live comfortably. So perhaps from here, we could start another, we could start another direction before we get too weak on the bottom right.
Or we could kick the lone stone, perhaps.
I just hate leaving the shape behind.
Mm. Yeah.
Therefore, what? Therefore, let him come in to B4. Because now we have good shape and he only has one eye. So there's a lot of details, but we're trying to just. So here, I chose this one, but it looks like it's helping black and hurting our bottom right group. I like the benefit we're getting, but black's getting benefit too. So if we play in this direction, we're not asking black to hurt us in the bottom right, and we're still defending our group, right?
Mm. Yeah.
It's still going to be hard for, and we can live in the corner anytime we want. So that's some thinking there. Enough to get a basic handle.
Yeah. 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 Great. Yeah. Pity I missed that.
Now, if Chris was here, he'd go, "Oh, just a second," and he'd have it all worked out, and that's great. We all wish we were Chris. Okay, he comes out. Um,
Maybe
yeah,
it's very slow.
understandable. Do you have anything? No. Okay. So tell me what you're doing here. What's the purpose?
Fixing the issue with my shape on the bottom, and taking a liberty off his two stones.
Okay. And whose sente is it?
His. Yes,
Okay.
Sente.
So he's dropped down, got his eye in sente. So instead, now if he drops down, it costs him a move.
Yeah, of course.
So much stronger. Yeah.
So my thinking, oh yeah, here was that perhaps I should have come out, protected my group on the bottom, and let him capture the sea stone and gote. But I don't know, because then he's unconditionally alive, isn't he? So
Unconditionally live, and our little problem is still there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you're looking a lot at. Let me get my marker out. You're looking a lot at the A group. and that's understandable. You're still seeing it as behind enemy lines, which, again, in the literal sense, is true. But his B group, your A is stronger than his B. Your base is at least as good, and you have a little wall to work with, and no way he can surround you. So if you want to play here to fix your weakness and say, okay, it may be a slow move, but I had to get rid of that weakness. And this clearly hurts black. Great. We're not talking about the best move, but it sure is solid thinking.
Mm.
I mean, black has no eyes now. That's pretty severe. Just out of curiosity, what would I do? I would say my A group's fine. There's nothing you can do. His B group is weak, but it's not like I can do anything about it right now. It's not like severely weak, just weak. Well, what about the C invasion? Yeah, it's a real hassle. I wish I didn't have that, but I'm not about to invest an entire move to fix something that's just it's not necessary. Well, then what? I think that black group, I think he has more trouble than the others because heck, moves like this, that's alive.
Mm. Yeah.
He's next to a wall. And if he does come in here, I don't mind. Please go right ahead. Oh, I'm going to rip you apart on the left. So I think that's the ticket. It's a big area, really bothers black a lot. Can black do something on the bottom right? Oh, that really bothers white. No, white's out. I don't know. It just seems that's where I would play. Boom, boom, boom. Fix a lot of problems. And then you came up. No, that's a variation. It's a variation you played out. That's a variation I played out. Okay. Uh-huh. A little technical thing here. We look at white's area on the base, and it sure looks like one eye, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. Next, these two black stones, black just connected, super strong. So what did white accomplish? He didn't exactly get his base, but black sure got something stronger. So what about this one? Now you have your base. Black
Mm.
didn't get stronger. That's a pretty small difference that is going to reap rewards later.
Mm. Yeah, this is too early, isn't it? This move.
I know what you mean, but you're searching for ways of dealing with your group, which now is behind enemy lines. You're about to get surrounded, right?
So just get out.
So when you're like, well, I don't know what to do. We'll start here. You get you. This is just a question. That's what Chris is big on, right? Ask the question.
Mm.
Boom. Look at you getting out in Sente because of the sacrifice stone. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Was there a better way? We'll never know. Once we get to 9 down, we still won't know. I mean, it's too hard to know perfection. But it sure is working. So his original thin move that we're looking for ways to get profit from. How do we profit? We just did. We took our corner because there was a problem there in the bottom left, but that gave him an attack on our group. But now we're found fine because of that weakness he had. So we have our profit. And I love this move. This is solid, solid out, solid life, solid everything. Yeah, I love this move. I don't like this move, right? He plays here, you got to fix, and all of a sudden, it's just trouble. I love this move. Yeah. Comes out 30. black is closer to white than white
This
is.
is on the next move.
Ah, right. So we'll do it there. Perhaps in this case, it's okay, as we don't mind being cut. Okay. So let's assume we're splitting because black has two weak groups. Oh, then we don't care if we're cut. Let's assume we're trying to get out because we're weak and we don't want to get surrounded. Then don't get cut. So which is it? I wonder if it's either. Isn't white simply alive?
Yeah. Mm.
So we just laugh at black, walk away.
Yeah.
I believe that's the case.
And also,
Now,
black is strong on both sides, right?
yeah, so there's no
Yeah.
attack. Now, if it's true that we're fine, and you hear in my tone that's like, I think so, so it's like I'm not 100% sure, but that's a pretty good structure with a lot of space. One would assume so. In that case, what do you want to do? The right's starting to look big. So either A, which is a nice action move, although B gives him a nice home to run to, but B's thin. There's so many questions there. Is it time to attack with A, or is it time to just come into the B area? I don't know. I would say both are reasonable, up to 3 down at least. So coming out, you're doing 0 on the right. That's for sure. He's really strengthened on the right. You can do something in the middle.
So
Yeah,
Lance, if you were
yeah.
playing a serious game and you weren't sure if you could, if at this point you could happily Tanuki when black covers that group, if you
Yeah.
weren't sure and you wanted to get out, would you play the one jump or the two space
Oh,
jump?
okay. Let me answer the question I thought you were going to ask. If I wasn't sure, would I go back and defend? You understand the question I thought you had?
Um, I mean, if well, I'm saying yeah, I was saying that if you're playing a serious game and you know you
Right.
and you really of course you don't want to die there, but you also
Okay.
don't want to play there
So,
in Gote.
uh,
Uh,
so I'm going to answer two
yeah,
questions.
sure.
Question one: I'm white. I'm playing against an A Don, and I'm not sure if my A group is alive.
Mm,
What am I going to do? I'm going to say it sure seems that it should be. So at the very least, it's going to be hard to kill. And as Jujo said, it's hard to kill. Let him try. I love when he said that. It's like changed my perspective on Go. It's hard for him. Let him try. I'm going to go play a big move. So that's what I would do. It looks good, and I'm going to trust that. I'll use the word instinct. It's not instinct. I'm going to trust that. What's the word I'm looking for? Perception.
mm. Perspective. Yeah.
Okay, next. If I thought I'm not alive, what would I do? Live, run, what? That's a good question. So I need to live. What do I got? I got this gap and I have this gap. Do I run or live? Oh, we're going to be running because there's a lot to do out there. Do I think he's going to be surrounding this painfully? I kind of do. This just looks hard without reading. So I think what I'll do is peep and then get out.
Mm. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
I'm feeling a lot more solid now.
Yeah.
So maybe that answers your question.
Sure. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Like it, love it. And then what? Out and yeah, makes sense. I don't believe I'd play it though. I mean, what I want to do is this. This pushes the entire black group down so strongly. Just imagine if he cuts Sente, connect, Sente, connect, live, wherever. Oh, black looks disgustingly weak there, don't you think?
Mm.
I
Nice
mean, no
RG.
eyes,
Yeah.
horribly behind enemy lines. Yeah. So that's what I would want to do right away is this one. And that's when I would do a little reading. As you know, I don't like reading. Like I play my moves. I was like, okay, I need to think about this one. Can I play the move I want? And in this case, I know I can live if it's my move. So come on out. Oh, yep, yep. See that you're cutting stones dying? I think that's a valuable cutting stone, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you've got cuts here, you've got great moves. I hate for that stone to go away. I think black is still weak. I might consider, for instance, if I come out here, the entire black group again is getting weak on the bottom and the left. How's it going to surround me? Or just go straight forward, which I don't want to because now he's going to fix his problems as I get out. I think I'm mostly out. So this kind of surrounding move, it's like if I pressure him, I'll run out soon. So your move is totally understandable. And locally, it's like, oh, yeah, now I'm out. Yeah, but I think you can do more. Make sense?
yeah, the only thing I wasn't quite sure about was I didn't feel if you go back to that previous variation that black was in any problem, any trouble. Um, actually, the other one. So when you played at
Yeah, I think
D8,
black's dead here. Yeah.
when you played at D8.
Ah, um, well, this puts black in a quandary, which is why I went this way. I
Mm,
wasn't trying to find the best
yeah,
move.
yeah.
I'm saying white just got some great help in the bottom while making the A group. It's like, doesn't he want to defend? Don't you want to defend? Everyone wants to defend.
Sure.
So it's like I'm doing a lot on the left, and let's say let's carry that out. Black says, "Yeah, I don't think so, Buster." Okay, I'll just live. Now what are you going to do? I'm going to capture a cutting stone. Great. Then I'll start my attack. So it's like it's just another path, and I wasn't trying to say it was the best one.
Yeah.
I'm saying this doing something out on the outside seems most important. Come out. Mm, you're the assumption here is that you're not great on the bottom. Well, if you're not great on the bottom, aren't you just getting chased into the black area?
Mm,
So based on your assumption, which I disagree with, black's not correct, and you obviously don't mind helping him there, and he still doesn't have three in a row. Now he has three in a row. Now he's good, and you're safe. Now that's giving him a lot, but your statement was, I'm really weak here. And I don't think so. I think black's just as weak as you are. So I wouldn't give him all this. But that's with your assumption, I think this is the way to go. And now you can start some, great attacks and great wall to work with. Good. I
so
was just preparing to
yeah,
see how I can get George to play this move.
yeah. So so the last time we met, the last video we
Yeah.
did, I kind of referred to this point because Black Hane is here, and I asked you a similar question in the previous game, and so I cut. And the reason I cut was because I was thinking of all the RG the nasty RG there is there for black. So that's what I was
Right.
referring to, if you remember in the previous
Yeah.
video we did. But
I'm going to set up a situation where I think this is a good move. Okay. To do that, I'm going to create a little situation here. I'm going to make some moves up. I want white to be stronger here. Let's go. We'll just do this. Okay, if white's strong on the right, we can mess with his Aji. This is a Aji. I'm going to mess with your Aji move.
yeah.
And I'm strong enough locally to say, go ahead, fight back. I dare you. But in your situation, if he fights back, you collapse completely. So that's why we play this first and ask him. And if he plays here, great. Go about your business. You've done
So
something.
if he connects there like he did, like that move, like I felt like that there was so much RG in those stones, and if he plays there, then all the RG has gone to waste.
Well, first there is some, but granted, it's less. Okay, so what would we like to do with all that Aji? We would like black to completely collapse and we capture the entire right bottom of the board. Well, that's just not going to happen. Okay, what's the realistic thing is to get some form of profit here. Well, you just made black over concentrated in
Yeah.
Sente and developed some local thickness. That's a heck of a lot of profit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now, alternative. Pause here, saying, okay, I see some possibilities that I don't want to get rid of. Okay, then start asking questions. Start trying to stabilize your group on the other side. Some path to say, let's get settled so I can come back to that. But since you're here, just use it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, it made for an exciting game.
It does. Look at you over here, getting all feisty. We don't expect miracles, so you can ask him. This is a great time. If he fills
Yeah.
in, oh my God, his corner could die.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, then you have code to do great things. So really, he can't let the co happen. And then once we get, oh man, this is really getting nasty. I don't know, but yeah, there's lots of juice in here. Lots and lots of juice. Boom, boom. Atari. Why not
And
Atari?
that second Atari, is there any point in me playing that, or is that just losing a co threat?
He's not going to cut you there or anything, so there's no particular
Yeah,
need.
sure.
It's just tends to be a pattern. Then the Atari, right, making sense. Okay, check out this Atari. Oh, I thought it worked, doesn't work, never mind. I thought it was a driving to Suji. Atari, say, Atari.
Yeah.
I thought there was a big, but it's not even there. Okay, my apologies. Boom, boom. Out, uh-huh. Oh, you did great work here, huh? Boom. Capture threatens a code to separate. That's fine too. Yeah. And out. Yeah. Black is so over concentrated on the right. It's just disgusting. And then out makes sense. Now you're saving this. That's why you don't do the tiger's mouth, right?
Yeah, it didn't.
Because now that's gone.
Yeah, maybe I should play that actually. Because then I can jump further, can't I? Maybe that would have been useful.
Well, what if you do it now? Well, there's a timing thing here. If you had taken and does nothing, this can get serious, right?
Mm.
So earlier, if you did this, he was going to want to respond. And now, if he tries something, you have some free stones. There's a lot of little details here. Yeah, it would take me too long to figure them out. You're getting out, and that's fine. Is there a better way? Maybe. Okay, you're out. And he said he's fine, which I think is a mistake. Next move, 70, indirectly helps the A group. I see. Well, walk me through. Let's see. It's we've been doing this about a half hour here, 30 minutes. Walk me through this thinking. You have control. Why can't I give it to you? Maybe you open the game. So take
Uh,
control and walk me through. And don't do a slow list, just the highlights of this week group, that week group, what you're
okay.
trying to accomplish.
Let me have a look. So, I mean, my thinking was that the A group's fine. I'm out now. And I even have a half eye at this capture here, capturing the B stone. So that's why I played away. I did feel like it would be good to have a fourth line stone just to kind of provide some
Okay,
backup to the A
you're
group.
getting a little carried away.
Yeah, yeah,
Did you say the A group's fine or the A group's not fine?
it's fine. I think
Okay,
it's fine.
okay. You've been acting as if your bottom group is not fine. What's its status now?
Um, I think now it's stronger, right? Because the B group has become weaker.
Okay, put the C down so everyone knows that we're talking about that bottom group. Okay, so I'm going to try to repeat back. My A group's fine. My C group's fine, mostly because of B's so weak, but I can live if I want to. Anything else in the weak and strong department?
Um, well, my D group is completely fine. Um, and Black's E group, I can't see any problems with the E group. It's at least one eye running. Um, the F group, there is certainly potential to apply some pressure on the F group. So I might well actually consider um, applying some pressure here. And if black runs out, then I can get this move in.
Uh-huh. Okay, pass me control. Let's
Yeah.
let me try to make sense of all that. First, from this position, this is kind of an old style thought that we don't do anymore because once you play that move and we ask, did you just capture area one? No. Did you just capture area two? No. Did you just defend the A stone? Well, there's still plenty of invasions there. I mean, just for instance, you probably want to go this way, and hey, how did that die? So it's not like you're defending the stone. So it's an in general move that will hopefully do something in the future.
Mm.
Uh, so that's like not exactly doing anything. Okay, now let's look here again. I would say my A group has no base and no eyes yet. I don't like that. I'm out, sort of. I mean, that white group really can get pressed. Maybe
Yeah.
not at the moment, but I don't like my A group. C, I feel that C strong and thick. I can get two eyes anytime I want. There's weak groups around me. I feel like C's a monster ready to punch Tyson or something. F, up against a strong D group. F's not right. The E group, one eye maximum, lots of thin structure. So and the B group, ready to die. I think we just killed B, which saves A. I just think it's too small to kill B. So in my mind, there's strong and weak groups to deal with in the plenty. The only question is, where do we start? I mean, the first thing I would start reading is how do I get through that? How do I get through that gap? And my first read would be, oh no, you can't do it. Really? And he's going to go, man, I've got so many cuts. What's he going to do? Fight back? Maybe. So that's where I would start my reading. And if I go, this looks good, then I would do it. If I go, it doesn't look good, well, maybe I'm back to this wall again. This gives this sort of move more meaning. I don't know if that's any good. Well, let's say I don't like it. Then I'm going to start here again. I said, I need to start applying pressure right now. So that's what I would do with the groups. As
Okay.
everyone knows, that doesn't mean this is the right way to go about it. We're just trying to form what's a rational thing. And the idea of ignoring everything and playing away seems to me is out of the question. There's too much to do.
Yeah, I did quite like how this helped the A group because I see now that it's weaker
Sure,
than
yeah,
it seems,
yeah.
and so I would you have considered playing from the A group at all?
Uh, First, I do like your move in the sense of great big move, which does support A, but it's just this general, so it's, to me, it's not doing enough, but still, I mean, clearly it's a good move. Okay, when I come off the A group, let's get rid of some of these marks so I can see the board. We're asking a lot of hard questions. Okay. Well, first, oh, this moves gives me some shape. Good grief, and it sure looks like Sente, doesn't it? I mean, that's a solid looking move. And assuming he responds, heck, I'm virtually alive now. Probably in Sente, because I have an eye and now I can get a second one here or there. So I love this move.
Mm.
Looks like great strength in Sente from, I'm not feeling great. Just imagine Black playing there. Okay, there goes all that shape. He's
Yeah.
about to cut me. I play here. Oh, that's a big difference. So that could be the move, actually.
Mm.
What else? Um, Coming out just feels a bit like, see, there's some cuts there. I hate making a shape that I know is cut, which leads us back to this. Um, this again, I think is Sente or close to it. This takes an eye, but is Gote. So if we looked at this way earlier, so black, white, black, capture, I guess that can't do it there. I was looking for a time to do it earlier. Like, what's black going to do? Does black really want us coming down here? There's some hard questions, a lot of hard questions. So hopefully I answered your question here
Mm.
that, yeah, off the A group, make some shape, looks like Sente.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
So
That's
that's double
that's
gote,
silly.
right? That's low, yeah.
Yeah, just horribly Gote. I would consider that game losing. White does not want to play there. White can, But it's like, man, I'm going to get bombarded. I'm going to worry about life. And there's just so many black stones around. Yeah. Then here. So the upper left structure, I'm not thrilled about. This move, sure. Who cares about the structure? I don't want that corner. I'm attacking. Yeah, that attitude I like. I might get the corner. Oh, baby, we just fixed some stuff for free. That's nice. Yeah, this to look at the A group. And black living in the corner might not be the easiest thing. This probably the best move, yeah. Okay, only there. Okay. This wall versus this capture. I prefer the capture.
Mm.
He fixes. Okay, so we're seeing we didn't capture, and now we're seeing some issues, right?
Mm.
You come down. Okay, take it away. And sorry, I think capture is just Sente to kill. He's got to come back, right?
Yeah.
So these are just some details. Now we're thinking we're thick enough, and you start this attack. The top is looking magnificent. I mean, I'm ready. This is so big
Mm.
looking.
I was a bit scared of this in review because if he comes out and splits me, then my center group has
Like that?
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's obviously what he wants to do. Let's see if our dream comes true here. He's going to play here. I think I'm going to play this way. And he what? How's the ladder? Oh, there is no ladder. Bummer. Yeah, it's definitely, there's some greed attached here. We might just need to go this way and take some profit. I mean, that's pretty big too. So anyway,
My thinking was to press instead
yeah,
of.
and it's a great press, right?
Oh, I actually
Because
meant
you got that going on, you got that the other one going
yeah.
on. Yeah,
I actually meant it M16. If you go back one move and then M16 for white.
N
M16.
M16. Yeah, the size has gone
Yeah,
away.
yeah. True.
Defense, if you need it, then that puts me back here again.
Mm, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and again, this move is nice because you can split, you can surround, yeah, and you're splitting the two black groups, so I like it. I'm just curious. We should probably end. We've been doing this a little while. Then over the top, make good your work here, right? Because you're surrounding him and he's not doesn't have life yet.
Mm.
Little loose there. Okay, well let's end there.
Yeah.
We got pretty detailed, and I think my unclear thinking this morning showed. And sorry about that,
Oh, mine too.
but we got to see stuff,
Yeah.
and mostly we got to see that goes really hard. And there's a thing about basic thinking and proverbs and principles that none of those count. What counts is read it all out. Well, if you're Korean, go right ahead. They got so famous for deep reading. Who cares about shape? Do do deep reading. And they call my kind of go, as you know, flower go. Oh, that's really pretty, but not much to it. So it's like, I'm sorry, that's true, but I can't play go without, you know, simple thinking, principles, proverbs. It gets me pretty far. Okay, George, thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lance.
Viewers, thanks.
See you
and we'll
soon.
catch y'all later.
Bye bye.
Bye.